Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kiana and I do a lot of sewing and fashion videos, and today we have a sewing pattern and tutorial for this cascading sleeve cape. So that sewing pattern is the first link down below, and so for this project I've ranked the sewing level needed for it as intermediate. And you guys know I like to reward my subscribers who have their notification bells turned on, so you can use the code GLACIER to get 30% off this pattern until tomorrow at midnight Eastern time. I use the code GLACIER because if you know, you know. If you saw me making this cape, I actually was creating a look inspired by a glacier. And I actually have an entire video on that process. I vlogged the design, I vlogged the draping, the patterning, the prototyping, the final sewing. So I'll link that on the top of the screen and down below. So as always, all the supplies and materials needed for this project are going to be in that first link down below in the pattern listing description. And if you're interested in all of the equipment I'm using throughout the video, that will be down below in the video description. Now, before we get into the tutorial, I want to talk about sizing and how to figure out your size correctly, because it's super important that you take your measurement and you go by the size chart. So the only measurement that you're going to need for this garment is your bicep measurement. Now, when I say bicep, I'm talking about the part of your arm you want this cuff to sit on. First of all, I don't have a bicep, so I can't really flex and show you where it is, but a bicep's more down here, right? Maybe you want to wear the cuff there, or maybe you want to wear it here. Wherever you want to wear the cuff is where you should take your measurement. So I want to wear it probably right here. So I'm gonna take my measuring tape, I'm gonna wrap it around the part of my arm that I want to measure, like so, and I'm going to record that measurement. So my measurement is 11, pretty much exactly. Now this should be barely snug, but certainly not tight. So it should be making contact with your arm all the way around, so snug, but you should not be pulling this around your arm like this. It should look like this. So my measurement is 11. I'm gonna go over to my size chart, find where the bicep measurement is 11, and I'm going to make that size, which is a size 4 for this pattern. Again, I wanna emphasize it's really important that you actually measure and get an accurate measurement, because you only have about a ½ inch of fabric ease to go on your arm. So if my measurement was 11.6 and I used the size 4, it would not be able to get up on my arm. And also the elastic measurement is calculated based off your bicep measurement as well. So a bunch of things would get messed up. So just make sure you take your measurements accurately. All right, let's get to sewing. So step 1 is to print out your pattern at 100% scale, and then just line up your pieces of paper edge to edge without trimming down or overlapping your sheets of paper. Your pattern also comes with a print layout on the second page, so you can easily reference it to see how your pattern is assembled. Once you have everything laid out, just take some tape and tape it together. Then make sure you are referring to your instruction pamphlet to figure out what size you are before cutting it out on the corresponding line. All right, I wanted to pop in here again because the very first step of sewing this cape is stay stitching the back cowl. Now, it's very important that you do this step, and it's important when you do this step. So as soon as you cut out the fabric, you want to gently bring your fabric over to your sewing machine to stay stitch the back cowl area. So you're going to stay stitch the cowl between the 2 gathering notches on your pattern, and to stay stitch, lengthen your stitch to be a basting stitch and sew about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch away from the edge and the seam allowance along the cowl. This is going to prevent your garment from stretching. Now, because the cowl is cut on the bias in 2 places, it's going to have a tendency to want to stretch. If you're using something like chiffon compared to something like lace, the chiffon is going to stretch a crazy amount if you do not stay stitch. Each side can honestly stretch maybe like 5 to 10 inches, which is going to take the cape from sitting nicely at your low back to all the way down here, and it's not going to look good. So after you cut out the pattern piece, gently hold it in your hands. Don't pin it up anywhere, don't stretch it out, don't hold it up to let gravity stretch it out. Just gently bring it over to your sewing machine so that you can stay stitch. And then after that, you can move on to the next step. Now, for the back cowl, between those 2 gathering notch points, we are going to create a rolled hem. So fold the edge to the wrong side about a ½ inch, give it a press, and then top stitch very close, about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Then take some scissors and cut off the seam allowance as close as you can get to that stitch line. Cut to, but not through that stitch line. Then bring your garment back over to your iron, fold the hem under one more time so that it's a really small baby hem, press it, and then top stitch this in place and you have your rolled hem. Now it's time to attach the cape to both sleeve pieces at those side seams, and we are going to use French seams for this. Regardless of whether you're using sheer fabric or opaque fabric, I want you to use French seams. So to do French seams, you place your fabric together, wrong sides together first, so with 1/4 inch seam allowance, then trim down the seam allowance to be around 1/8 of an inch or slightly smaller. Then bring it over to your iron, press your seam allowance either open or to one side. I'm going to one side. After doing this, fold your fabric at this seam so it's now right sides together, and press this seam flat with your iron. Now you're ready to sew the seam with 1/4 inch seam allowance right sides together, and doing this will create a seam with a nice look from the outside and a finished and clean look from the inside. Then bring it over to your iron one more time to press your seam to the side. Now for the other edge of the sleeves that you did not attach to the cape, we are going to hem that with a rolled hem. So I taught you how to do a rolled hem a couple steps ago. We're going to do the exact same thing. So fold your fabric and press it to the wrong side, stitch close to the edge, trim off the seam allowance, roll and press that edge one more time, and then top stitch it in place. And then you have your rolled hem, and you're going to do that to both of your sleeves. Now moving on to the cuff, take your shell and your lining and place the wrong side of the shell on the right side of the lining. So both of those pieces should be right sides facing up. We're going to stay stitch them together so that your sheer shell is lined with your opaque lining. So to stay stitch them together, sew a basting stitch about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of your pieces all the way around the perimeter. And now you can treat them as one piece. After you've done that, fold your cuff pieces in half, wrong sides together the long ways, and create a crease with your iron right down the middle. Then you're gonna fold one of the long edges under 1/2 inch and press it with your iron to create another crease. So you should have 2 creases in your cuff, one right down the middle and one 1/2 inch away from the edge. Then unfold those creases that you just created and fold your cuff right sides together and line them up along the short edge, and sew along the short edge with normal 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then bring it over to your iron and gently press this seam open, being mindful not to completely get rid of those creases that we placed in the cuff before. I'm also going to refold the cuff on all of those creases and give it a press just to make sure we have all of those creases again. Now grab your elastic and make sure you refer to your instruction pamphlet to figure out what size elastic you should create. Because I'm creating a size 4 for this example, I'm going to cut 2 11-inch strips of elastic. I'm also going to hit the raw edges of the elastic with a lighter really quickly just to keep them from fraying too much. Fold your elastic into a loop to overlap the edges by 1 inch. We're gonna sew the elastic with this 1 inch overlap in our sewing machine. To sew my elastic together, I like to sew a box around the edge of that 1 inch overlap with an X in the middle. That way the elastic is super secure and it is not coming undone. Now we're going to gather part of the cape and sleeve. So we're gonna sew 2 rows of basting stitches between the gathering notch on the cape and sleeve within the seam allowance. So do not backstitch at the beginning or end of your stitch. Leave your thread tails long. That way you can grab the bobbin threads and begin gently pulling the fabric so that it can gather. Now you're going to take one of your cuffs and unfold it completely so that it's just a loop. Now you have 2 different edges of this cuff. One side is unfolded, the other side is folded under 1/2 inch. We are going to work with the unfolded side right now. This is the side that we are first going to sew to the sleeve. We're going to sew the sleeve and the cuff right sides together. Okay, but first we have to create something for the cuff to be sewn to. Right now we have this kind of semicircle edge of the sleeve. We want to create a circle. So I'm going to take our 2 rolled hems that we created and overlap them on each other to make this semicircle into a loop. Now it's important how you overlap these pieces. Right now, my sleeve cape garment is wrong side facing up. So with wrong side facing up, I'm gonna overlap the sleeve rolled hem edge on top of the cape rolled edge neckline. Now we're gonna take the cuff and insert it into the sleeve cape garment arm's eye so that it's right in the center of that loop we just created. Also line up the seam of the cuff with the little overlap that we just created with the rolled hems. And now everything should be right sides together. I'm gonna pin or clip the edge of the sleeve to the edge of the cuff all the way around that loop. Again, everything should be right sides together. And then you just sew with normal 1/2-inch seam allowance. Hey again, I wanted to show you guys some tips on how to sew something that's sewn in a loop that has a small circumference, particularly things that can't fit around the arm of your sewing machine. So if you have something that's in a loop like this, you have the outer part of your loop and the inside part of your loop. I think it's always easiest to sew through the inside part of the loop. So when you bring this over to your sewing machine, I'm gonna place it like this. So see how we're sewing through the inside part of the loop? It's gonna be much easier to move things out of the way and maneuver around this. This would be sewing through the outside part of the loop. See, everything's kind of smushed now. I can't see what's going on. It's harder to maneuver. I don't have a good grip on it, so I wouldn't recommend this. I recommend this. Trust me, it's gonna be easier. So after you've sewn the cuff to the sleeve, you're gonna wanna press that seam allowance up towards the cuff. That way when you refold the cuff, it's gonna be hidden. Then take your elastic, pop it on over the cuff, and fold the cuff to hide the elastic. So now your cuff should look pretty clean. The very last step is to just top stitch around the unsewn edge of the cuff to keep it in place. Again, I recommend sewing from the inside instead of the outside part of the cuff. And this is the trickiest step in the entire tutorial. I would literally sew like 1/2 inch at a time, readjust the fabric, sew 1/2 inch, readjust the fabric, sew 1/2 inch. You also only want to sew through the actual cuff fabric. You don't want to catch the elastic inside the cuff. And the final step of this garment is to create a rolled hem around the entirety of this garment, which it's a very, very large hem. It's gonna take a couple hours. It's not something you wanna rush. Again, follow the exact same steps as earlier for the rolled hem. So press your hem up, so close to the folded edge, trim off your seam allowance, roll that hem up one more time, press, and then finally top stitch that hem in place. And after you do that, you are done with your cascading sleeve cape. All right, that is how you sew this cascading sleeve cape. I hope you guys learned something new and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Friendly reminder that the pattern is the first link down below and you can use the discount code GLACIER to get 30% off this pattern until tomorrow night at midnight Eastern time. If you're planning on using this pattern, please leave a comment down below with what your vision is, what fabric are you using, what occasion are you making it for. I love hearing your plans. And if you do end up using this pattern, definitely tag me on Instagram. I love seeing your creations and I would love to feature them in Maker Monday, where I repost your projects on my Instagram stories on Monday. So my handle is Kiana Bonollo. That's for both Instagram and TikTok. And if you like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up because it's the easiest way to support your favorite creators for free. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.